You need to work out. That's going to be the title of this video, okay? And I've got a little rant. I have a couple videos in mind to talk to the people, and maybe it'll be worth it, maybe it won't. But I think that some of you need to hear this message. It may never get to you because only very little people look at my videos, but this is important. You need to work out. Why? Okay? We live in a society, all right? As if that isn't enough. But in this society that we live in, there are very many stressors, sources of anxiety, a million different things to think about. And they all run rampant in your head all day long. At least they do for me. I would describe my casual brain state as like a beehive with explosions and connections to things that are only tangentially related into rabbit holes that go on forever. Okay? That in and of itself can be a superpower at times, but is also a maddening experience. And I would imagine that I'm not the only one that feels that way. Mine might be a concoction of ADHD, which I do have, anxiety, and many other factors, right? And I personally have been somebody that has, at one point in my life, been on a pretty nasty dose of Wellbutrin for more than a year. I've also tried, when I found out I had ADHD, taking what was basically generic Adderall for a period of time. I'm no longer on either of these things. Not necessarily because I don't like medication or something like that, but I personally don't like the idea of having long-term side effects for something that I feel like I can manage. It does not destroy my life like it would some other people. If you feel like you have to take those things to keep going or to survive or to hold down a job, do what you got to do. I'm not here to dissuade you from that. But I want to have that prerequisite because I think that this is relevant to what I'm about to describe. Okay? You need to work out, okay? It has nothing to do with your weight, even though for some people that may result in an increase in the overall betterness of their health, right? But it actually has nothing to do with that. You need to work out because it is one of the things in your life that you have somewhat of a complete control over. And now I say that to say that, obviously some of us don't have money to get an expensive gym membership, but Planet Fitness is $10 a month. But if you don't even have that money, then you can go for runs. You can do push-ups in your bedroom. If you don't even have a place to live, obviously this becomes a moot point, right? This is something where you've got other things going on in your life that you probably need to figure out first, right? But my point is that you have control over the ability to work out or not. And I will also say I'm sympathetic to those that have a job that don't allow you to really get the hours in you need to. I used to work a job where I was working 70, 80-hour weeks chained to a computer trying to get stuff done, and we would travel every week, okay, to a new place. I would live out of a hotel. This makes it very difficult to work out, right? Okay. So, but you need to work out because it is one of, like I said before, something you have complete control over. And so, in essence, taking away anything to do with weight, I don't really care about that. It is an opportunity to experience growth in its most primal form. If you are somebody that is having trouble seeing success in your own life, having trouble feeling good about yourself, exercising is one area where you don't have to pay anybody any money. You don't have to look for the validation of anybody else, even though some people may choose to. Only for you. You can go out and do this thing just for you. And you will reap the benefits of that and learn the value of growth mindset, compounding returns, everything wrapped up within a physical activity. Okay, so that's my first point. Really, it's my second point, but that's my first point. Exercising is something that allows you to experience real growth in a quick amount of time, and then experience continuous improvement, if you're doing it right, over the course of your life. And this teaches you a very important and valuable lesson about how to live your life, okay? And I'm not even going to get into that today. But just know that if you're having these issues, and has nothing to do with weight. I'm talking about self-esteem, feeling like you're not able to achieve anything in your life. This is something where the barriers to entry are so low that you can do this and experience great benefit at little cost. And obviously, exercising on a regular basis and doing it correctly is going to be something that requires dedication, persistence, and strength. These are all things that you're building through exercising, okay? It's not easy to exercise every day after work or multiple days after work in a week, but it is necessary for learning these lessons about life and about yourself, okay? You may be able to do it in other means, if you're able to learn this lesson through education or something like that, more power to you. But I feel like exercising is one of the easiest ways to learn this lesson. And what's my second point? Why did I bring up my mental state? Okay. We are a species of animals that have found a way to collect around ourselves and create societies, and the modern experience that we live in today that does not require us to hunt down some animal and kill him and prepare it for our plate that night. We're able to go to the store, drive to the store, take the bus to the store, pick up all the stuff we need, come home, and cook it as long as we have the money to pay for it. Okay? Prior to this modernization of our existence, we have been a species that physically exerted ourselves to a high degree as a matter of living every day for our whole lives until we died. Okay? And I'm not advocating in favor of some like labor-only, hard labor-only society. What I'm advocating is that your brain is wired to basically experience that level of exertion. Otherwise, it just goes crazy. You can't think clearly. And some of you may not have this problem. Some of you may be able to exist completely fine and clear-headed and rational without exerting yourself in the gym. Okay? Those of you that have that is a superpower to me. Hold on to that with everything you have. Lean into it. Not saying, I still think you should work out, but I'm saying that you have something that I don't, right? Me personally, if I don't work out, I can't think straight, okay? And mind you, I did not start working out until Now, technically, I've been a swimmer like my whole life. So I've been doing like at least an hour and a half of swimming every day since I was 5 years old until I stopped swimming. And now I kind of pick what I want to do to work out. But that in that way, that's kind of not true. But I didn't start going to the gym and working out for myself until I was, I think, 16 or 17 years old. And the the amount of clarity that you experience after you work out is only something that you understand once you know how to push yourself in a workout to the point of like actual real hard exertion, really going out there and trying, right? Every day going out there and trying. In the words of Dr. Density himself, horsecocking some serious weight, okay? Until you have experienced what that feels like, you don't, like, it's hard to explain to anybody. It's literally like everything, all the extra noise goes away. The only thing that I've ever done that is similar in this same effect, and actually more powerful, but similar, was float tanks. They have had multiple places where I've lived where you could do a float tank experience and do it for an hour, a sensory deprivation tank. And that gave me a similar level of clarity, actually an even better one. But my point is that many of us are walking around like anxious wrecks, self-centered, self-conscious, anxious balls of nervousness that don't know how to exercise free will or actualize themselves in any meaningful way because you can't think straight. Okay? Working out is another tool that you can use to fix this. It doesn't last forever. Like I said, every morning I wake up back into that hell, the beehive with explosions, you know? But I have a way to escape that hell at the end of the day. And so what made me think about this? I guess I was about to go get changed to work out. And I was like, I want to let the people know. But I just want, I'm not trying to say anything profound. I think anybody that works out understands what I'm trying to say here. But to those that don't, I don't judge you. I don't think there's any wrong thing with not working out. Maybe you just simply don't have this problem I'm describing. But for me, I think for most people, you need to work out, and it has nothing to do with your weight, and it has everything to do with the strength of your mind. Building this up here. I'm not talking about David Goggins shit, even though that is kind of his whole thing. I'm talking about understanding that when you set out to do something with discipline, that you are going to go and do it. And that actually transacting and completing those things is being good to yourself. Okay? And that lesson is hard to learn in other places, or is at least harder to learn in other places. And working out, you just have to show up and try. Okay? So, what do I think? I think working out will help you learn the value of growth mindset and continued growth over time. And I think it will help you keep a clear, rational mind. Okay? That's my rant. I think I got slightly fired up there for a second. But I hope I didn't come off too psychotic to all y'all. But I just hope you guys hear this message and know, I literally, working out for me changed my life. And even when I have lulls and periods where I'm in and out of it, as far as my consistency during the week, I always find that when I'm able to go 4 or 5 times a week, I'm way better off than when I can only go once or twice from a mental state. And so maybe you guys could all benefit from that too. But that's my takeaways. That's what I have to say today. I think you should work out, and it has nothing to do with your weight. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Obviously, if you're handicapped, there are still ways to work out, but I sympathize with your position. So that being said, that's the end of the video. I will catch you guys on the next one.